Hi and welcome to a new video. So this is part 2 of the Asus GT-AXE16000. So in my previous video I did the unboxing and we went through what's inside the box and then some of the details around it. So now, as usual, in this my usual series of videos, I like to go through each step, even though sometimes it's similar to the other Asus routers that are out there. It's always good to see if there is any sort of differences between each of these new routers, because don't forget this one is brand new. It's one of the latest ones, so I just wanted to have a look to see if there's any differences or anything like that. So just to give you a bit of background, I'm currently having to use, I'm with in the UK, so I'm with Vodafone. I have to use the Vodafone router, so the main one, so their modem, and then plug this one into it. So it's called, I think, called double natting. So it does add a bit of confusion and everything else. And why I have to do that is because my house phone now doesn't go through the copper line. It uses IP, well, VoIP, so voice over IP. So now it uses that. So I do need to use the. Can't get rid of the actual Vodafone router. I could do if I didn't have a house phone, but because I do, I have to use it. So some of the settings may be a little bit different, but I will talk you through anyway. Okay, so as soon as you plug in, I'm using Ethernet, but you can connect by Wi-Fi to the actual brand new. So I've just plugged it in and switched it on, and then I've connected to the usual IP address. You type in your browser. So you can use your app as well, like I've done in the previous video on the setup of the other mesh network system from Asus. This time I'm just going to go through the browser, because I like to see what advanced settings and things like that is there. So again, so as we said, you type in the browser 192.168.50.1. That'll get you to this landing page where you can create a new network. Again, you've got multiple languages here, so you can see it does support lots of languages, so that's good to see as well, because this is quite an international product. So you do have the two options here. The first main one is create a new network, or you have advanced settings. So if we just go into advanced settings, we can have a quick look. So you can see here we've got the GT-AXE E16000 supports several operating modes. So here again you can choose which operating mode, if you want it to be an AP mode, a repeater, media bridge, or connect by AI mesh. You can actually set it up straight from here under advanced. So if we just go back, then the next option here is upload. So this is quite good if that you factory reset your router, and it actually comes here. When you come to set it up, you can, if you've saved the settings as previously in my other videos under advanced settings, where you can save them to your into your hard drive, to your PC or Mac or anything like that, or even your tablet or phone, you can upload them here. So all you do is just click the upload and you choose the file, and it will restore all your settings, so you don't have to go through and create a new network and things like that. So that's always good to do. So if we just go back to previous, and now if we go to create a new network, we click on here. It will ask you if you do have any special requirements from your internet service provider, so you can click yes or no. So it's best to check with go to your internet service provider's actual main website. There is probably some forums as well, just to see if there is anything special you do need to type in there, like VLANs and things like that. So in this case, I'm just going to click no. And now you'll come next to the assigning the unique names, or SSIDs. That's your Wi-Fi names. So as this is a quad band, so as we said, this is the world's first quad band. You can choose to have them separated, so it does default to separate, or you can use the Asus special banding, where basically it will combine bands. So here you can see there it's just got one ID name, so that ID name will be for your 2.4 and the two 5 gigahertz frequency bands, and then you'll have one separate network for the 6 gigahertz, because that's on the Wi-Fi 6E. So that makes sense. They've split them across. They can't combine all of those 4 bands into one network name, or SSID. I do prefer to actually separate mine out. So because I normally, what I do is on the 2.4 I connect like my doorbell, the smart light bulbs and everything else to it. Then on the first 5 gigahertz network, I will then connect my main devices that I think have probably less priority, but I use the 5 gigahertz, so like your IP cameras and things like that. Next one, if my current, because you got your Xbox and then your PlayStation 5, so they don't support the new 6 gigahertz frequency. So I normally leave this one as my network for gaming. So I'll name this something like the 5 gigahertz gaming. So I know I can connect to this one, and then all my basically devices that are consoles and gaming, I can prioritize this one just for those. So that's good. So they've got their own band and everything else. And then also you've got the 6 gigahertz. So I've only got currently my Samsung tablet, my S8 tablet that supports Wi-Fi 6E. So I use that to connect to this one here. And as more devices start coming out, I think finally Apple would have brought out the new iPad Pro that actually includes Wi-Fi 6E. So that has the 6 gigahertz frequency. So over the years, this will start gradually taking on more meaning, and more devices will start connecting to it. So again, it's down to your preference. Like I said, for easiness, you can just leave Asus. And during tests I've done, it doesn't really reduce your speeds or anything like that. Asus really do a good job using their router to distinguish what network you should be connecting to using their smart technology. But again, I just, like I said, I prefer to separate them. It's all down to your personal preference and things like that. But my situation, I prefer to set them up on different networks. So I know it's a bit more work and everything else, but I feel that it gives you a bit more advanced settings, and I can actually define things more with there. So for just for make it easier, easy life, I'm just going to create these ones here. So I'm just going to combine. So I'm just going to use the names here, and then of course don't use the always make sure when you're selecting these you do actually do a secure password and not no rubbish password. It will tell you again as soon as you type in one here, it will automatically type it down here. So if you do want, like I normally do, I like to have separate passwords, and you just type the different password down here. So again, it's telling me my password is good, but use always something like a password manager like Bitwarden I use. It's free, open source, and it's really good, and you can't moan, and it stores all your passwords and everything else. So if you're like me, keep forgetting all these blooming passwords for different websites and Wi-Fi and things and everything, it comes in handy. Okay, so then as soon as you've done that, then you've got your network names and your passwords you typed in. You just click on apply. Again, so now it's asking you for your router login name and your password. So again, this is going to be what you actually log into using the app or using the actual web interface that you log into to the actual router. So make sure, again, this is something secure, and you write down somewhere that you won't forget it, because you'll need this if you ever change any of your settings. So again, use something more suitable for your needs and everything else. Don't use admin, because that's just a very terrible thing to use as a username. Make it more secure for yourself, but this is just for testing purposes. And I'll just type in my one here. Okay, so you just do a new password and retype it in, and then click next. So it says there the latest version is available now to improve your system. So you have to is connected, and it will just say about firmware upgrade. So you can just then click on firmware upgrade. So it's good that it actually it's the first time I've actually seen it actually go out to the internet, and it's identified already my connection type. So it's already picked up an IP address and to the internet. So it's not asked me anything else. That's really clever. But also now it's going out to the internet and checking for firmware. So I think that's the first time I've seen the setup process do that on one of the routers as well. Again, this will take a few minutes, so I'll pause here and then I'll come back once this is upgraded, because it'll take probably a few minutes for it to reboot. Again, if you are going through like me, be patient. It may take a little bit longer, even up to 15 minutes. So don't go and switch it off or anything like that when you're using a firmware update. So just be patient and wait for it to reload, and we'll come back in a minute. So now we can see that it's been updated to the latest version, and it's given you the next button. So now we'll just progress to the next, and again now it's giving you the details of what we typed in before. Again, like I said, don't use rubbish passwords like this. This is just for testing. And now it's taken you straight to the login screen. So this is the default, like we see the white and black and red interface, because this is a Republic of Gamers, so it's the same as our GT-AXE16000. And of course it doesn't have that other grey one. I know some people don't like it, but I don't mind it, to be honest with you. So again, just remember these are the details that you actually typed in before. Again, these should be secure, and ideally if you've used a password manager to make sure you typed in there. So you can see there they've updated this now with the GT-AXE16000. You say it's already connected, so it did identify already my internet connection, so that was good. As I said, I have actually using my ISP modem, so I'm using here, but this is still in router mode. So you can see it's completing the traffic already, and it's already set up, all ready to work. So everything is all connected, and that was like one of the easiest setup processes I've seen in a long time for a router. So this is why I do like Asus. You know, probably because of all my other videos. I have in the past had a lot of different ones from TP-Link, Netgear, and lots of other different kinds of third-party ones, even from Xiaomi and things like that. It's just that I like Asus because I found their firmware, they actually continue updating, and after many years they'll still give you security updates. You've got the option of third-party firmware, and you've just got so much built into here, and it's just and you've got a long warranty. Yes, you pay a little bit extra for these ones because of course these are top of the line, have just come out. So if you do give it a little while, the prices will come down like with most technology. But again, these things will last many years into the future, and you don't have to worry about it. I think they're built with quality and everything else. Okay, so this has just been the setup of the AXE16000. Well, again, like I normally do in the next video, we'll go through the settings. But again, these settings are generally the same across all the Asus routers, but we'll have a look to see if there's anything different in the next video, and then we'll go through there and then go through some more details. Okay, thanks for watching and have a great day.